Hello.
Hey, man.
How you doing?
Turning my volume down on my phone, man.
Why
You
is
know,
it loud? Are
we're
you
so,
listening to your phone?
no, but I was sharing it on the Facebook. You and I are starting to fall into, hey, man, a little Cheech and Chong vibe.
Do you remember that Freedom Rock compilation CD back in like the 80s where it was like, hey man, what are you listening to? Turn it up, man. Sounds good. It's a bunch of stoner music. It was great. It was like a compilation, Time Life compilation disc.
I think that was a Milwaukee thing. They designed it for the
No,
people in Milwaukee because they were
I
still.
don't think so.
I think that the characters in what was that the one that Mike Myers and Dana Carvey did? What was the name?
Yeah,
What was that series or that movie?
yeah. Those guys.
It wasn't Bill and Ted's. It was the other one. What's the other one called? What's it
Oh my
called?
God, are you really showing your age at 50 right now?
Who is this?
Wayne's World, party time.
So
Excellent.
I believe Wayne's World was completely created from people in Milwaukee. I'm pretty sure it's got the vibe. I know that Laverne and
They were set in Illinois, right? Like they're
right
just our
there,
neighbors to the south, right?
right there. Oh
Yeah,
man, so you're
yeah.
you're there now. You're not even in Vegas enjoying this hell heat.
I am in Milwaukee because we are on tour. We're headed to Madison, Wisconsin Thursday. We're playing in Iowa on Friday, and we're headed up to Michigan on Saturday. We got a couple days off, and we're headed to Pennsylvania, New York City, Connecticut, and there's one more in there before we head back to Vegas and reopen the show on the 26th of this month.
You sound like you might be nursing a little cold there, buddy. What's going
I
on?
do. I think I caught a little spring thing.
I let people get sick in
Summer
July.
bummer, right? Isn't
Yeah,
it crazy?
well, it is, and you're around a lot of people. You guys played a show a couple days ago, right?
And
And
you know what? My wife is really smart. She's always like, hey, let's not do the meet and greets. There's a lot of crap going around right now, but I'm such an idiot. I'm very grateful that people come out, and we wind up going over to a merch table, and we sold a lot of CDs on this last one. I still am amazed that people buy compact discs.
well, people want the merchandise, and plus, people do have. There a lot of cars still have CD players. Hey, Dora Jean, how you doing, baby? Good to see you on there. Uh, so our guest tonight, I'm not going to say who it is yet, even though we've announced it. He was late. He's a naughty, naughty little boy, and this is his character right here. Hey, how's it going? Yeah. So the funny thing is about, and we'll get to the guest later, but he doesn't know that this is episode 19. We've done 19 episodes.
And he's made a remote appearance on every
Every
single episode because we love this man who's on the show today with us. And we have a paintbrush that resembled him. And Michael, you took the lead and you drew a face on it. Look, the little smiley face on
Hey,
there.
Mary, it's our celebrity musician. Yeah. He talks really fast too. So
Isn't
listen,
that amazing?
I
Yeah.
hope he took his Wellbutrin today because honestly, I've been to a lot of his shows and I can't even understand that fucking guy. And the thing about that is that I'm one to talk because I mumble and I talk very fast. I also process very fast. But that guy, you blink, you miss the trick. Anyway, we'll talk about him later. So you are going to be heading back for your show at the Venetian. You have it on that you said the 26th.
26 and 27. And then we're back for select weekends in August. We're headed out to the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. And
Yeah,
you
no.
know, Michael, we stay busy this time of year. This is our
Okay.
busy.
I plug one show at a time on our podcast. I don't use this as a vehicle like you.
No, you only have one show to plug, so
Oh,
I
that's
get it. It's a
that's
little different. You know, my schedule is a tinge different than the
yeah.
Reckless in
No,
Vegas
I
show.
think people glaze over after you say 3 or 4 shows. You should stop doing that. I mean,
I probably should. You're right. You're right. Yeah.
focus on the next one that's in front of you. Be more in the moment. Be closer. I want to. It leads me to something. I had a therapy session this morning. I think I had it last time we did this last week too. Yeah, they've been on
I think
Tuesday.
we talked about that Tuesdays, right?
This was a couples counseling. Both of us were there, and you know what, man? It's amazing. This woman is amazing. She has me down right away after this is the third session, and Paula Maggio, oh, it's Chicago girl. Yeah, don't mess with Paula. So
No, no. Hi, sweetheart.
so I want to be an asshole sometimes. I
Sometimes. How
look
is
at
this new?
no. So okay, well that's maybe part of it. So I work really like kindness is not my default. My wife has taught me. I love her to death because she's so kind. She's so patient. She's tolerant. She pauses. She observes. She delivers. And I'm a boom, 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 boom. And I feel surrounded by and I don't mean this in a jerky way. Yes, I do. Mediocrity. The world seems to be full of mediocrity. I've always tried to do my best at everything that I do. And if somebody's best is mediocre, okay. But it's the lack of even attempting to try to do that one's best that I'm getting tired of. It's just crazy. And you, my friend, are someone who shows up and does their best. That's why I'm friends with you. I am going to start to weed out friends that just don't show up and do their best because I'm over it. I'm tired of it. And if it's
why should that be the barometer of judging who you keep as friends, though?
Well, because
it doesn't inspire you to be around people that just don't show up and try to do their best?
It's been bothering me, and I'm sure it's my own spiritual condition. There's a thing in recovery we say it's not them. So this is within myself. But I need a break. I've been leaving my phone in the office. I haven't been taking it out. I've been waking up in the morning, the first 3-4 hours, not even looking at it. It's giving me some peace.
I'm honestly missing our morning phone calls. You've kind of let me hang out here a lot.
It's affected that. Yeah, it has for there's a couple of guys on that list that I check in with, and you're one of them. So thank you for letting me rant on mediocrity. And I hope our society and the planet starts to strive for the greatness that we once It's Michael time again. All right.
Listen, we always reserve the first 10 minutes of the podcast for you. So we want to get into what's going on in your life, the things that are making you feel a certain way. And we want to give you the opportunity to come clean and use this as a platform to kind of find the balance, right? To rebalance life and to move forward with a healthy, renewed sense of self. And what the fuck am I even talking about? Why do you get me talking like this?
That's what I want to put that as a banner. It's Kevin time.
It's bullshit.
So I want to plug two things. Our show coming up on this is Michael time now. This is Reckless in Vegas time. July 27th, which is the same night you're playing. So if people want to go see the Docksiders, go to Venetia. People want to see Reckless in Vegas. We got the horns, we got the dancers, we've got Kelly Vaughn, special guest. And I'm not going to let that thing bother what I'm saying. It just did. It's too late. I'm bothered. July 27th, Saturday, Notoriety. We got.
I got these all fucking day. Keep going.
July 27th, Notoriety, full throttle, Reckless in Vegas. We've got special guest Kelly Vaughn, who you adore. We've had her on the podcast.
Yes, sir.
And also Peter Pavone, who I asked you. I go, can this guy sing? Right? And you're like, yeah, he's great. So we'll see if you're right about that. But the other thing I want to plug is tonight. Tonight we're in Las Vegas. It's 117 degrees. Notoriety gives at Notoriety. It's Concerts for a Cause. We have Chris Phillips tonight. So
otherwise known as the world famous Zoe Bowie. I wish I could be tonight. Now that's one I don't want to miss.
Thank you. All right, that's enough about that. Wow. And today's episode of Kevin being a cocksucker is brought to you by Generosity. There it is. Yeah, you dropped something?
No, yeah, I got my sponsorship over here. My sponsorship is Rainforest Decaf Dark Roast. It is my favorite dark roast on the road. I choose to eat this shit raw. I rub it upon my lips and gums and make out with my wife. She likes it. She likes the taste of a deep dark coffee roast, and it's what we live on the road.
You should do that when you're doing your meet and greets. It's right before you lick somebody's ass. You should probably put that on your lips.
I chew a clove of garlic, and it really keeps people away from me. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's good.
We used to have Listerine strips on our rider, and we would show up, and there'd be 10 little packs of Listerine strips. And at one point, I was like, "Fuck that! Let's just get some garlic and walk out there and talk on people." Now you're not talking to people; you're talking on people.
Is that a true story? Did you put Listerine strips on your riders?
I learned that from the best, man. It's always on our table. You do it before you go out. You freshen up in the dressing room before you do your meet and greet. You get a couple Listerine strips, and you keep it handy. The people appreciate that, as does my wife.
It really was a one phrase answer. You seem to.
You know what? Okay, hold on. Listen, it is 2024. It is that time of year. It's getting political. I am sitting looking. You can't see this right now, but the Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee is hosting the Republican National Convention that's starting on Monday of next week. So all of the Republican delegates in America are going to be here in Wisconsin, here in Milwaukee, 2 blocks from my hotel. And in true political fashion, now is your time to get your Shapiro and Zucker for 24 shirt. Why the fuck not? Why the fuck not vote for us, right? They're $49. We sold 27 of them last week. And keep checking your mailbox for your money, buddy. It's coming.
We still need to raise the $3,500 just to even get on to run. You have to pay that $3,500. And I know this because I went to Ahern on the other night, whatever night it was, and I saw Mark Messina, our friend Mark Messina, actually did a stand-up routine, which was pretty funny. He was pretty great. I think he's got the talent. But Mike Marino was the headliner, and he had a shirt on that said Marino 2024, and on the back it said make America Italian again, and he has a whole bit around it. So we've got some competition in Mr. Mike Marino.
We're going for the write-in vote. That's what we're working on, you and I.
The write-in vote, write our names on the ballot. I do want to change something though. I don't want to be president. I want to be vice president.
Nope, you're already on the president's.
I didn't ask for that. Yeah. So
yeah. Well, your people filed the paperwork, so you're already stuck in that shit. Hey, we got a killer guest today. Did you know that?
Who is it?
We got the world famous Murray the Magician. Murray, who is currently, his bio is a little bit off because he's not currently headlining the Tropicana Resort and Casino anymore. But he did it for a very long time, and he really made his mark as a household name when he exploded onto the entertainment scene after a successful run as a semifinalist on NBC TV's America's Got Talent. The #1 network summer series was viewed by over 22 million fans nationwide. Murray is one of YouTube's hottest sensations with over 1 billion online views. He's a regular guest star on the History Channel's Pawn Stars as a magic expert. He's also been featured on over 20 reality shows from America's Got Talent, Pawn Stars, CW's Masters of Illusion, Sci-Fi's Wizard Wars, VH1's Celebracadabra, TLC's Four Houses and What Not to Wear, Reel's Extreme Escapes, Pop TV's Don't Blink, MasterChef, Top Gear, Hallmark's Home and Family, Nat Geo's Brain Games, and many, many more. Guys, you've seen Murray SawChuck on our podcast. Here's a little clip.
Well, Kevin, I just want to tell you that you're not at your studio, and I think you phoned it in. And I also think you're at some fancy barbecue, and you can go fuck yourself. So my name's Murray SawChuck. Yeah. Hey. All right. Cool. Hey. What's up? Hi, Kevin Sucre. How are you, man? The Sukster in the house.
Just like that, Murray SawChuck's on the program. Look at it. He's sitting in the dark.
Can you see me?
The guess is that you're holding a seance that we're not a part of. Your camera's
off. It's amazing, though. I'm here, but no one can. I mean, I'm actually on, and I can see myself. I'm not sure what the problem is.
We can't see you at all, man.
It's magic, man.
Give me 1 second, guys. All right, hang tight.
Yeah,
talk amongst yourselves, which you guys are very good at. So hang on.
Well, thank you. Look at that.
Look at that, Johnny Katz. He disappeared completely.
Murray.
We got Johnny Katz. He's going to be secretary.
He's the Prince of Righteousness. He doesn't need to be the Secretary of Righteousness.
Well, he could be. If he'd definitely be the press secretary and do all the. Who writes? Oh, that's a speechwriter. Yeah, I better learn about this politics stuff because how government runs. Because I don't think I'm going to be able to do my job right. So
you really got to get your shit down, man. Hey, listen, Murray's camera is still not working.
Yeah, Murray.
I know. I hear you guys very well, though.
Oh, that's good. We sound good.
Secretary of the Funk, Johnny said. Secretary of the Groove. Look at him.
I know. Well, I saw myself very good with you guys at the beginning, and then you guys talk so much. I think I got to put a recorder in this thing or something. I'm not sure what's going on.
Well, we saw you back there. You know, you look good.
I was good. I was hanging out really good, and then all of a sudden now.
Yeah.
Listen, this is a next level of respect. See what I'm telling you. It says his device isn't connected. Listen, you get what you get with the freaking Little Lavender podcast. Sometimes shit works, sometimes it doesn't work.
You know how I
want to see a bunch of people writing in complaining that we can't see Murray.
You know how I was talking about get rid of the friends and the mediocre kind of the mediocrity that's surrounding me. Our show is definitely probably below average of mediocre.
We would be the equivalent. This show would be the equivalent of flying a Southwest Airlines plane held together with duct tape.
It was wheels falling off. Hey Murray, I want you to meet Murray.
I'm back. Can you see me now? We're good.
Yeah, we see
got you.
Sorry about that.
I didn't tease the hair quite right, but you can see.
I like that. It's a hell of a good look.
You have been.
You need to take scissors and cut down into it a little bit. Give me a little, that looks like Kid and Play right there. That looks like Chris Reed.
Why are you critiquing my Murray guy, man? This is
No,
Murray,
I like
bro.
Chris Reed. He's a good guy. I just feel like I'm the white Chris Reed right now.
Murray, you've been on every one of our episodes. You have made this appearance where Michael talks like you and he curses, and it's so not on brand with what you do in your show. But you've been on every one of our podcasts. We felt it would be only natural to actually have you join us one of these days.
I appreciate that. I don't know if I can keep up with my other my understudy.
It's a stick. I think you can.
Well,
Are you breathing? If you're breathing, we're gonna be good.
I know. Right?
So I felt like you're cheating on us a little bit. When I text you to say you're going to jump on, you're like, I will in 5. I'm doing another podcast, or another interview. But when I saw it, it was a preview. I didn't see in 5 minutes. All I saw was I'm on another interview.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And I'm thinking,
your phone.
What does that mean? I'm on another interview? Does that mean he's canceling on us?
Welcome to being friends with Michael Shapiro, right? Like he texts when he wants to.
You know. Yeah. So you're in Vegas? Yeah, that's your house, right? Where are you? In the garage? We lost
now
your
audio. His audio's gone.
He sounds better like that.
We can't hear you.
Audio.
Can't hear you.
He's doing it on purpose. No, there you go.
Oh, he's muted. Let's unmute him. There you are. Unmuted.
No, he's still muted on his end.
There he
is.
Wow.
Welcome to our shit show.
Well, hold on. Did you hear me before?
We didn't hear since you've been on. We've only seen you. We haven't heard one word out of you.
You know what? That's probably better. It's probably better that way. To be honest with you, nothing's wrong with that voice.
That's
great. Your voice is great. Did we have what was the question? Did you ask him a question and then he went on to spiel about it? Right.
Look at this guy, Def Leppard.
Oh, there's John. What up, Johnny?
Yeah.
So Murray, I just read something. I want you to tell us a little bit about Murray's Misfits. I saw a little bit of a blurb. Is there something to say? You got a new show coming up?
Yeah, well, a couple of years ago, somebody asked me for a corporate show this company had booked me before for me and Lefty and my show for an hour and a half. And they said, hey, do you have something else you can pitch us with you still hosting it and maybe some of your friends? And I said, well, yeah, all my friends are Misfits. It shouldn't be a problem. And that kind of sparked the idea of, it's nothing new. It's been around since vaudeville, the 1920s and 30s, but it's a variety show. And because I've been doing it for long enough, I called it Murray's Misfits because it's kind of cute. Sounds good. So I put all these random acts in and I try to not make them magic because I do the magic. And it's good when they can swallow swords and juggle stuff and do ventriloquism and all this other stuff that people do. So it started through a few years ago of a corporate show. And I've seen the Illusionist tour in 1903 and all these other variety shows from Absinthe here in Vegas and that. I thought, well, why not? I can do it. I've been doing it forever. So I've been putting this thing together. Actually, I just played in Milwaukee about a month and a half ago at Pride Fest. We headlined
That's right.
the Uline stage over at Summerfest grounds there in Milwaukee and had a great time. And so in town, Centerfold's Cabaret, where my wife's show's at, they said, hey, we want another show. Would you be down to bring your Misfits here? I said, yeah. I said, so I showed them the budget and I said, here's what it is. And I said, let's do a 3-month run of that. And I said, great. I said, I don't want to really be in it just because I have my own show opening up in the next month or so, which we can't release where it's at yet, but Laugh Factory's working on all that stuff. I said, but I can produce shows and pop in them legally with my contracts. And I said, I've had this idea, and my wife hosts. She's a comedian and singer and dancer and all that. So she's hosting the show, Danny. And then we have 3 other acts. Joe Trammell, who was on the strip for years back in the 90s and 2000s. And we're putting him back on stage again. He's a big prop comic, kind of does a bunch of, makes jokes of TV shows every 10 seconds. He dresses up and looks like a different TV character we all would know. And I got Mondre, who's a magician, phenomenal magician, probably one of the best bird acts in the world. And it's kind of a rarity nowadays to have an animal act as well as somebody that's been doing it that long and still working. So, and I got another girl named Shell, a statuette, and she is doing a contortionist act. So it's kind of just a cool, fun, random show. It's a 1 hour, tight 1 hour at Centerfold. You pay one price, you get 2 drinks for free, which is like the old days of Vegas. Because you know me, if you know anything about me, I love old shit. That's why I'm talking to you guys.
You know what I love about that, Murray? Contortionist, sword swallowing. It sounds like a Tuesday night at the Shapiro house.
Pretty much. I mean, that's how I stole the idea. I'm not going to mention that, but that's how I kind of stole the idea.
I love it.
Do you have a turtle at your house? Do you have a turtle at your house?
A turtle?
Michael, do you have a turtle? Do you have a tortoise or no?
No, we don't have a tortoise.
You have chickens.
We have chickens. Yeah.
Close enough. But yeah.
But you said contortionist, right? And how we get on turtles? I'm so lost.
Well, because I was over at your house and I thought it had a tortoise, but that's my other friend's house that has a tortoise. Three of my friends have tortoises. I thought you'd have one, but you don't. You have chickens.
I guess. Is that the bar? Do I have to go get a tortoise to remain in the friendship zone of Murray?
Yeah, because then you can will all. You guys don't have kids yet, so you guys can will your stuff to a turtle because it's going to live for like 260 years.
Do you have one?
Right. No. Danny has me. I'm ancient, so it's like a turtle. I mean, there's no, pretty much the same thing.
But you're gonna die. You'll probably die before her. I mean, you are Canadian.
I hope that's the plan. Yeah.
Canadians live a long time, man.
Oh, bullshit. Really?
They do. They have resting heart. They have resting. It's science. They have resting heart rates of 62 beats per minute.
Was that Canadians or comedians?
Canadians.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sure.
Yeah. The nicest people on the planet.
Wow. I got a couple assholes up there. Trust me.
You just can't talk hockey. I learned that the hard way. You can't talk hockey with Canadians. They're the sweetest. They're always apologizing. What's the deal with Canadians apologizing? Right?
Sorry.
Kevin,
sorry. Is your mom in town with you?
No, she's back in Vancouver. I saw her a couple months ago. Me and Danny flew up there for a few days, and she loves ABBA. And so the ABBA tribute show, actually from Sweden, not ABBA because they don't tour, obviously, but they had a big symphony orchestra behind them. And, we have an orchestra like that behind a four-piece. It's pretty awesome. And I'm sure you guys have worked that way in direct over the years, but it's pretty cool. So Mom loves ABBA, so I flew up there and took her to that show and hung out for a few days. So awesome. So it's nice. But she stays up there in the summers because it's the only time of year we have sun in Canada. So
I love that when she's in town, you guys you can take her out all the time. You're always
she's my date, me or Danny's date, something like that. She's active. She's 84 and still got her marbles and got a rescue dog and the whole bit. So
are you?
I adore your mom. She's one of the great ones.
Yeah, she's cool, Hank.
Honestly, the only reason I stay friends with you is so I can catch a glimpse of your mom because
I know she loves you. She loves when you hit on her every time. It never gets old, Michael. It never gets old.
I do make passes.
Hey, you know what? She's got to take her team out for somebody. Come on, Mike.
That's what we say. That's what we call on brand, right? That's,
correct. Exactly. My friends called her the goat a while ago online on Facebook, but she had no idea what the goat means. She's like, "What? I'm not a goat." No, it's not a goat, Mom. It means I know what a goat is. I'm like, no, you don't, not really. And so I had to explain the whole, greatest of all time thing to her, and it was okay. But there was a moment where she was ready to go for Facebook war with this person. I'm like, no, it's a good thing.
So how's your marriage going?
Good, still married. So that's a win for me. If you know my track record.
How's it going though?
Good. We're trying to have a kid this year. We're doing IVF.
You are? Oh,
wow, very cool.
So no tortoise yet. You're going to go for that routine.
Yeah. Well, I got to give my shit to somebody. And I figure why not create something to do that for. So that's my project for the next 20 years, I guess, or at least this year. And then hopefully it'll last more than 20.
So you went and got your swimmers checked? You did that whole routine? And so
my swimmers are great. I just don't have many of them. That's the thing. I never have. I guess my dad, that was his thing as well. I didn't know that. And I'm not young. I'm 50. And my wife's, 39. And so but everything's working. We've been every test in the world. Yeah. And it's amazing. So we're really healthy. Oh, here's a funny story. So we do all these tests, and we did IUI before. For those who don't know what IUI is, it's basically everything stays in the woman, and they take my stuff and put it in her, and that's a lot cheaper. And hopefully it picks up if you do it the right time. It didn't work. So we go through this test, and we get all the gene tests, make sure we have any chromosomes that aren't right, or if I carry something, maybe, I don't know, whatever it might be. So I'm like, we're doing this. Let's pay for it all and get it done. So we finally have the meeting like this on Zoom with our doctor at that time. And she said, hey guys, the test came back about your genes. And I said, great, I'm really excited about this. And I don't know, this is all new to us. So they go through my wife's, and she has one gene that's common. I forget what it is, cystic fibrosis or something like that carries it, which is fine. Because if she has one,
and you know,
one thing like that, and if I don't, the baby will never get it. But if I have one, the baby's probably going to get it. So anyway, and this is all new to me, right? So I've just learned this. So they go through her and say, that's all you got. Everything is great. And say, okay, Murray, it's your turn. I said, great, lay it on me. What do we got? So I got to be honest with you. We checked all your profiles and all your stuff. And I got to be honest with you. You have perfect genes. And I'm telling you right now, I've been in more papers and news things and TV and all this other stuff that I should be excited about. You know what? I'm so thrilled with that. That made my whole year. I'm like, I got perfect genes. So every time we argue, I'm like, honey, perfect genes. So just
Gene,
realize
you just point at yourself and say, "This is the gene pool right here."
Yeah,
This
I'm just
is
saying
what everybody wants.
Yeah.
Listen, we have something that can help if you need the help. We'll absolutely share the help if you need
I
it.
bought shares in that guy's dick, to be honest with you. I actually bought
That's
shares
great.
of it. But just a little share, but enough. So
Just a tip.
It's a cutoff shot. I don't know why I don't show the whole thing, Kevin. You're so impressed with it.
actually poked me in the chest. That's why. Hit me in the chest over here.
That's right. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you got a little of that and didn't even know it. Well, what about hygiene, though? Hygiene's a question with you guys. I've been over to your parties. A little questionable.
Yes.
Not perfect, but it's in the ballpark. Yeah, that's exciting. So they're gonna little. What about the hair, Gene? Because what are you gonna do about that? The kid's gonna come out with hair just like that, right?
Oh, no, I hope not. I hope it has Danny's hair. I hope it has
Oh.
Danny's hair. I want it to be my chin, though. I do like my chin.
You got a good
chin. Butt chin.
You got a nice little chin. It's like his dick hit you in the chin when it
Right
came
there.
out, too.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
Right.
That's right.
Exactly.
You know, I was
So-
hoping to have a chin like that, and I jumped off a jungle gym and hit the concrete, and I got a scar under here. The stitches grew into my bone. It got infected. Long story
For
short,
real.
and I think I was on track to have a chin as nice as your chin, which is my favorite quality of yours, by the way. I do
I
want to say
appreciate that. Well, I didn't realize I had a chin. So you want to hear a funny story? So I come home from elementary school one day. So grade, I don't know, 6, 7, 8. No, 6 or 7 elementary. So in Canada, so I realized this was starting to come in. So my friends in my elementary school told me what this was, and what they say has got to be right, just like the internet, right? This is before the internet. So I learned that this, because they told me, was a clit in my chin, a clit. I'm like, oh, good, this is great. I got a clit in my chin. So I go home to mom and dad, only child, right? So we have dinners. Yeah. So we have dinners every night. So dad's here. He comes from the railway. He's home at 5:30. Mom cooked dinner all day. Really traditional family. And then I'm here. So the three of us. So it's a dad, a mom, and a kid. We're all having our talk every night. We talk about work and life, and the news is playing on the TV in the background. I said, Mom, Dad, I got one like Dad. I'm like, look at that. It's like, yeah, I know you have. You've had all your life since you. I said, no, it's pretty cool. I got a clit in my chin. Mom said, no, that's not a clit in your chin. I said, no, it is. Trust me, Mom, I know. Friends told me it's a clit in my chin. And I'm like, what, 9, 10, whatever. I said, no, it's a cleft. I said, no, Mom, I know what a clit is. It's a clit in my chin. She said, no, I gotta be honest with you, I think it's a cleft. So anyways, that was my learning that this is actually a cleft in my chin, not a clit on my chin. Not that I haven't had a clit on my chin, but
you've had a few.
Listen, and you have shared with me before privately that your favorite actor is Clint Eastwood.
Exactly.
Right? So I get where this goes. Yeah, right.
Any wood.
And
he would. That's great.
Yeah. So listen, man, I have always enjoyed your talent, your magic. You're a funny magician. I guess you call that a comedic magician. I don't know.
Murray's a classic entertainer, right? Like I would go. You are true Las Vegas entertainment. It's not a show that it's all encompassing.
Well, I'm about entertaining. I remember I was on a cruise ship years ago in my early 20s when I started cruise ships. I started them when I was 19 or 20 out of Cape Canaveral, Florida, and I met with a comedian, a really funny guy, Jerome Kelly, black comedian, funny guy, still around somewhere. I haven't talked to him for years. Out of LA now. Really funny. Kind of looked like Sinbad when Sinbad was rocking and rolling, in the 90s and all that. And so he's really, really funny. And I'd have 3 jokes in my show. The ones I just stole out of a joke book, hack jokes,
Sure.
One-liners. And they always got a laugh. And then I always liked being funny. And off stage, I was always kind of funny with friends like this. But it's different when you're here funny than trying to be funny on stage. And he said to me one day at the bar on the cruise ship, and of course, he's in his probably late 20s, early 30s. I just in my 20 or 21. And he said to me, you're really funny. You should start doing comedy. I said, no. I'm a magician. I don't do comedy. He said, no. He says, you're funny, though. Like, you're actually really funny. Like, you understand, you know how to say a joke. And you look
timing, all that.
Yeah. He says, why don't you start doing comedy? And I said, well, I do magic. I do comedy. He said, no, why don't you just be an entertainer? Like, that's the goal. Just be an entertainer. Don't be a magician. Don't be a comedian. Just be Murray. And that's when I actually started changing all my format to trying to be more funny and more entertaining. And if it got a reaction of the audience, I didn't give a shit if it was magic or comedy or juggling or a side joke or anything. So that's when I started changing everything. And then actually on my coffee mugs back then, I changed it to, because I always give swag away, as a lot of people know. And it said, don't fool them, entertain them. And that's where I got that slogan from, because I realized like Rip Taylor or anybody, even Liberace. You know, as you know, he wasn't really the best piano player, but he was one of the greatest entertainers. You know, and that was his gig. You know.
Yeah, and another entertainer from Wisconsin, by the way, from Milwaukee.
That's right. Yeah, and he was really traditional back in the day.
Absolutely. Quick question for you. We like to do a poll. We're doing 2 actors today. Of the Howard brothers, which one's your favorite, Ron Howard or Clit Howard?
Ron Howard.
Okay. Interesting.
What the hell is that?
You don't like Clit Howard?
No, I don't know him very well. Is there a Clit Howard?
Clit.
Oh, Clit Howard. Oh,
Clit.
I love Clit Howard.
Okay.
I love Clit Howard. I do love Clit Howard, yeah.
Sorry.
I love what you do, Murray.
But Clit Howard's in the back room, and then, you know, Ron Howard's in the front room.
All right, you guys. We digress, seriously. So do me a favor again. So the show that you're putting together for Centerfolds, when does that start? You're not going to be in it, but Danny is emceeing it, and she's in it as well.
Yeah.
When does that start?
Starts July 20th, so in about 10, 11 days at Centerfolds. Runs every weekend for 3 months to the middle of September, Saturday, Sunday at 7 o'clock. I'll be there, you know, at the shows when I'm not traveling on the weekends to pop in. But Dan is the boss of that show, you know, but I'm producing it and putting all the acts in and all that. And if it goes well after 3 months, we'll extend it, you know, but right now it's limited engagement. So it's, we got about 12 weekends under our belt. Then I'm excited. It's a super cool venue. It is an adult club, which is kind of always a weird thing when you try to produce a normal show in an adult club, but it actually is just a normal show. There's nothing, you know, it's going to be a little more edgy for adults. It's over 21. But it's going to be a really cool show for anybody, you know, so.
Yeah. And then with the Tropicana closing and you were there, how many years were you there?
I was there for 12 years, and I said I was there for 12, and I was actually there, believe it or not, for 9. It's just easier saying 12 because there was a 3-year period in between. I left to play Planet Hollywood for 3 years, and then I went back to Trop, so it was just easier. I've been on the strip for 22 years. So.
Well, that's where I saw you the first time was at Planet Hollywood, then I saw you a couple of times at the Trop, and
that's right.
And so with that, I mean, that's the way you close down a joint. They got to get you out of a showroom. They got to blow up.
That's right. They got to blow it up.
Well, my first show was at Frontier. Look what happened to that hotel.
That's right.
Right now.
Wow.
I know.
So wherever Murray does go with his next headline show in Las Vegas, we should be mindful. Do not go to that place because
I know. Look out, Jerry's Nugget. It's going down.
I love you, man, but don't come to the Venetian.
Yeah, stay away from the Venetian.
I need that to work a little longer for me.
Perfect. Okay, I'll do the Palazzo.
Out of all the you do so much magic, and in your social media, the stuff that you're doing online, I know you got kicked out of that magic with the whole Magic Castle because you're showing stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
The point is stuff that people can buy on Amazon, that kind of stuff. The thing, my question to you is that all the stuff you've been doing in your career, magic wise, what really is like? What is your favorite magic trick to do? So there you go.
That was brutal.
Did I do it right?
For the record, my hands were right here. I had nothing to do with that shit.
So I didn't get to really warn him about that. And the thing is that if you haven't been hung up,
how do you do that? How do you do that to a friend of ours, though?
I know why you wanted me to do it this time because you always do it and I beat you up about it. But people need to understand something. If you don't get hung up on by Michael Shapiro, Kevin Suker, anybody in my family, you're not in the circle. It's a hang up of endearment. We love him. He's in the circle, and it's how we do it. And I don't know if we need to explain that, but I think we're good. I think you should go back to your humidity, and I should go back. I get to go to Notoriety tonight to announce Chris Phillips. Notoriety gives Concerts for a Cause, the second one.
Wow, you get to drive from Henderson to Fremont Street just to announce Chris Phillips?
That's it. I'm going to watch the show, even though
that's special, man.
Yeah. So listen, Kevin, I love you. I'm not going to hang up on you like you do to me. I'm not doing that.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it. But do it quickly. Hurry up. It's painless. Well, thanks for everybody for watching. We'll see you next